Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Nick with the 1994 Candle Co. and I am so excited that you're here today. I know as we get closer and closer to the holidays and the colder months and stuff like that, many of us who have already launched our businesses and stuff like that, this is kind of our busy season. And for those of us who maybe haven't launched our business yet, but are wanting to, this is a really good time to launch your business because this is kind of the time of year that everyone is buying candles. Everyone wants, you know, those cozy, warm, fall, Christmassy, etc. Type of candles and stuff. They want, you know, nice, warm, tiny little fires in their home that smell good and all that fun, cozy stuff for the upcoming winter. So this is a really good time to kind of launch your business and stuff. If you're ready, don't rush it. Do not rush it just because this is a good time. I didn't launch during this time of year. I launched in like April, which is not a good time really. And I sold out in the first day. So the rules don't really exist. So don't take that to mean you have to launch right now. It's okay. Don't rush, you're fine. But I thought this would be a really great time to kind of go over how many scents you should launch your business with, as well as the scents that I personally launched my business with and everything like that. So without further ado, let's get started. So first up, how many scents should you launch your candle business with? So personally, I don't think that there's like a set answer for that. I think that it's kind of different, but depending on your business and stuff like that. But I think that somewhere in the range of 4 to 8 scents is probably a good number. You don't want to have too many, just because one, that's going to be really hard to keep up with and keep in stock and stuff like that when you're first launching and figuring out your business and stuff like that. But you also don't want to have like only 1 or 2, because then, you know, if people don't tend to like those type of scents, whatever scent they might be, they're not gonna wanna shop with you right away. And so to be honest, a lot of the times you can lose a lot of the momentum and stuff that you've built up from launching your business and stuff. And so if you kind of lose them in that first little bit of launching your business and everything, it can be kind of easy for them to kind of forget about you and forget that you have, you know, other scents eventually and stuff like that. And so they might not see, you know, later that you've added new scents and everything like that. So it's always good to start with at least 4. I would say anywhere from 4 to 8 is a good number. For instance, if you only launch with 1 or 2 and you launch with like a floral scent and a fruity scent, but you have a lot of people who really only like bakery type scents, or maybe they like more like masculine cologne-y type scents or earthy scents, you know, whatever it might be, they're probably not gonna want to go for the fruity florally scent that you have available because they're just not a fan of that type of scent. And so, like I said before, you wanna have like a few different varieties. That way they pretty much anyone coming to your website or your store, wherever you're, you know, launching your business, they kind of have some options to look at. And so they have a few different varieties of scents that they can choose from. And then next up, I kind of wanted to go over the main like scents that I launched my business with, as well as kind of go over the scent categories, why I chose the scents that I chose when I first launched my business, and kind of the scent categories, like I said, that I feel like you should at least try to hit. You obviously don't have to do all of them or whatever, but at least try to get a good majority of them. That way not all of your scents are, you know, you don't want all your scents to be like all fruity scents or all floral scents or etc. Just because, like we said before, that way people have options and varieties to pick from. So I'm just gonna kind of go through each of the 5 categories and list and let you know which scents that I personally use and where you can get them and all that stuff for each of those categories. So the first category that I feel like you should definitely have a scent in is going to be floral scents. So for me, the floral scent that I chose for when I was launching my business was Honeysuckle Jasmine from Candle Science. This scent has been with me since I launched my business almost 3 years ago now. And so yeah, it's a really good scent. A lot of people really like it. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know if I would say it's a bestseller at this point. It definitely was for quite a while. It's definitely slowed down a little bit, but to be honest, it's probably because I haven't advertised it in a really long time. And so it's possible that people just have forgotten about it, or a lot of my newer customers don't even know that I have it, things like that. And so I kind of need to get back to advertising this one. But I would say overall, it's still been a pretty steady seller for me, even 3 years later. I always have like a few customers who buy it pretty religiously, like all year round and stuff. As soon as they burn through one, they're ready to buy another and stuff like that. And so is one of those that, like, once people who really love it, they will come back and keep getting it as long as you have it available. And again, I do want to clarify that, like, just because these are the scents that I used, it doesn't mean that you have to use these specific ones or anything. I'm just sharing with you kind of what I did for my business and what has worked for me. So the next scent category, I would say, would be fruity scents. I think that they are important to definitely have in your line and stuff. You obviously don't want them, like I said before, to be the only scents that you have, but I think that they are important to add to your line. A lot of people really like different fruity scents, and so I actually have a few in this scent category. Some of them I feel like could definitely fit in other categories as well. It just, you know, it kind of depends on how you look at it or whatever. But for me, Cashmere Plum is one that really, I would say it mostly fits in the fruity category. It's definitely like maybe a little bit earthy as well, but for overall, for the sake of this video, I would definitely say it's mostly fruity. It's definitely like kind of a more like dark fruity, kind of like mysterious type of scent, if that makes any sense. It's much more upscale. It feels kind of fancy and stuff like that. And so yeah, but it is one of the scents that I have really loved personally, and a lot of my customers really loved. And then another really popular fruity scent, you could really categorize this as a few different things. It could be fruity, it could be kind of more bakery, foodie, whatever. But that scent is Fruit Loops from the Flaming Candle. The reason it's in a bottle like this is because this is a 32-ounce bottle, and I typically buy two of the 16-ounce bottles at a time, and then I just combine them in here. The reason I do that is because this scent is by far one of my best sellers, and so yeah, I just buy two of those bottles, two of the smaller 16-ounce bottles at a time, and combine them in here, just because it is a little bit cheaper if you buy two at a time from the Flaming Candle. Kind of wish Candle Science did that as well, where you could buy two 16-ounce bottles instead of just one, and save a little bit, but they don't do that, so it's okay. But the Flaming Candle does, so if you get any scents from there, I highly suggest, if you have any that are really popular and you're not ready to quite go up to like maybe the 5-pound jugs yet, I would highly suggest maybe getting just like the two 16-ounce bottles, because then you do save a little bit. Real fast, before we get to this next part of the video, it would mean so much to me if you would give this video a thumbs up if you are finding some value in it, as well as subscribe to the channel so that we can keep hanging out. And then the next scent category, this one kind of covers a lot of different scents, so I would say that this category is kind of your foodie or your sweet / bakery type of scents. I think that this one is really important. Even if you're not a huge fan of these type of scents, these are universally, like, most people tend to like them. Obviously not everyone, but I would say a majority of people tend to flock towards these type of scents rather than any other type of scent that I have ever sold. Again, that's just me personally. I haven't done necessarily like any statistical data or anything like that on it, but I just know for my business, these definitely always tend to sell better than just about anything else that I sell. So Fruit Loops is probably one that I would also say is a foodie, bakery, sweet type of scent, although it is also fruity at the same time. So it's kind of one of those that's hard to nail down into one category. Like I said, there's lots of subcategories and all that. So I would say that one could also be considered a foodie, bakery, whatever type of scent. But the next one that I have in this category would be Snickerdoodle from Candle Science. This is by far like also another one of my bestsellers. I like hardly can keep it in stock, which is why I have a 5-pound jug of it. And I've even had like wholesale orders and stuff that were just of this scent. Like someone, they ordered like 150 candles to be given out for, it was like a radio show last year or whatever around Christmas time, but they ordered 150 candles in this scent because they loved it so much. And it's just a really good, like nice, sweet, cinnamony type scent. Cinnamon and vanilla are like the two probably best selling scents overall. People just tend to love those type of scents, especially during this time of year when we're getting into the colder months and stuff. Anything that smells like a nice warm bakery or cookie or something like that, you know, they're just gonna love that type of scent. So, but yeah, Snickerdoodle, definitely a bestseller for me, highly recommend it. And then I did have one other kind of foodie bakery, you could also consider it a little bit fruity as well, scent that did get discontinued, and I did have to, I had to replace it with another scent, but it got discontinued literally like I think a week or two after I launched my business, which was really unfortunate, and so I had to hurry up and find another scent that I could replace it with that was similar. But the original scent, it has since come back, but at the time it was discontinued. It was Strawberry Shortcake from Candle Science. At the time, they just straight discontinued it. There was no replacement or anything, but they have since, in the past, sometime within the past almost 3 years now, they have since come back with a new strawberry shortcake or something similar. It might be called something else, but it was some kind of strawberry cake thing. But yeah, and so I did have to replace it, and so I did choose to replace it with Strawberry Pound Cake from Midwest. It's a very similar scent, but I would say this one is definitely a little bit on the sweeter side. It almost tastes, or not tastes, definitely don't drink it, but it almost smells kind of like those cream savers, like if your grandma ever had those like in her purse or whatever, like mine did, like those really sweet strawberry candy, like cream savers or whatever that were like a little strawberry, a little vanilla. They were so good, and I'm like, now my mouth is watering and I kind of want some. But yeah, it kind of smells like that, but with a little more cake mixed in and stuff. It's a really sweet scent. A lot of my customers really love this one though. But like I said, I initially started with Strawberry Shortcake from Candle Science, which that one I would say it's a little less heavy on the cake sweetness type of things. It's a little more fruity. So for that reason, like I would have categorized that one specifically more in the fruity section probably, or fruity category, just because it is definitely more heavy on the strawberry side of things rather than the cake. But this one, like I said, is much more heavier on the warm, cakey type of scent. I do apologize if my words don't really make sense. It has been a very long week and I am tired, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It's Sunday night, it's like 11:02. I'm ready for bed, to be honest, and so I'm sorry if my words kind of just go together a little bit and don't really make a lot of sense. Hopefully I'm explaining this well. And then the last two scent categories, I could say you really could put them together or you could keep them separate. It kind of depends on you and your business. Personally, I only have one more scent that I launched with. I launched with a total of 6 scents. And so, but the last two categories I would say would be earthy scents and then masculine scents, or you could call them, I mean, whatever you want, but yeah, cologne type scents, things like that. And a lot of the times I do feel like these two categories kind of go together. And so personally, I only had one of each of these type of scents, or I had one to cover both of them basically. And that was just because I'm not really good at these type of scents. I don't like a lot of them because a lot of them just smell like Axe body spray to me, and I hate that scent so much. And so yeah, it just, at the time it was harder for me to find those type of scents, and so I kind of just found one that I liked and then kind of moved on. So, but for me, this scent kind of like I said, covers both of those categories, and that is Mahogany Teakwood from the Flaming Candle. As you can tell, this is one of their older labels or whatever. But yeah, this is a really good scent. I will say, does not smell like Axe body spray to me. It is, I believe it's a Bath and Body Works dupe or type or whatever. It doesn't say that on the bottle, but I'm almost positive that they have mahogany teak wood or whatever. And so, but yeah, but this is a really good scent. I really like it. It's a nice, like, really fresh, kind of more masculine, manly, whatever type of scent. It's, yeah, very nice, very earthy, but also very fresh and kind of cologne-y and stuff. So like I said, this is one of those scent categories that I feel like they combine really well together. I have also since added Black Amber and Lavender from the Flaming Candle to kind of that scent category. I would definitely call that one a little bit more earthy than masculine, but it's definitely a really good earthy scent if you're kind of looking for something a little more along the lines of earthy. So those are the 6 scents that I launched my business with. I have since obviously added quite a few more, both to my signature collection, which is available year-round, as well as I have, you know, seasonal collections that come out every quarter or so. And just like me, I wouldn't say that you necessarily have to hit every single scent category. You know, I didn't really have one in the way of super earthy, but like I said, earthy and kind of the masculine, cologne-y, whatever you want to call it, type scents, those are the ones that are hardest for me, just because like I don't really like those type of scents generally. I definitely have found some that I do enjoy now and everything, and there are some more coming out that I've found that I'm like, okay, I actually do enjoy this. But for a long time, all the ones I smelled, they all smelled just like Axe body spray, and I was just like, no, can't do this. can't do it. Again, I do want to reiterate, this is just what I did for my business. You do not have to do this. This is just kind of what worked for me and everything, having 6 different scents. That way that I had, you know, at least one or close to one in almost every scent category and everything. I would say, you know, like I said, the earthy category kind of got left out a little bit, but I have since added some more earthy scents to my line and everything, and yeah. But for those of us who have already launched our candle businesses and stuff, would you mind leaving a comment and sharing at least 1 or 2 of the scents that you decided to launch with and what scent category you think that they fit into, or maybe if they fit into 1 or 2 categories? Let us know in the comment section down below. Let's help out some of our fellow newcomers to the candle world and everything. And so I always think it's fun to kind of build community here, not just, you know, me doing that, but it's really fun when some of you guys in the comments who like to comment and stuff on almost all of my videos. It means so much that, you know, you're helping me build a community here. And so let's help out, like I said, some of our fellow new candle business friends and kind of give them some tips on some scents that they can use down in the comments below. But with that, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you'd like to continue hanging out, there's going to be some other videos that pop up on the screen, and I will see you there.